Hello everyone and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode we finished up in the Ice Temple and got our second pure metal. This time we have got an absolute shit ton to do. More than any other item I think, the Grappling Hook opens up stuff around the world. So there's going to be a lot of hopping around. Literally hopping in some cases. Oh, what? Oh, well, first off, there's a there's an Anuki here. Not just any Anuki, but we'll get to that in a second. Looks like you got our hands on that Azurine. Nice going, guy. You, guy, I'm a Roo. No, seriously, the real deal. So here's the story. There I was, sipping my stew, and all of a sudden a crazy Uke bagged me. Maybe it was when you exposed the Uke pretending to be me, but that barrier thing that was keeping me locked up dropped, and I escaped. So, thanks for that. We are going to get a tiny little bit of closure on the whole Uke, Anuki thing, and frankly, it's fucking weird. Anyway, we've got actually quite a bit, if you look at the map, there's actually quite a lot of exploration that we can do, around the Great Ice Field, and as I say, basically everything we'll be doing this episode, it's all very much fueled by the Grappling Hook. So, we can keep going around here, but there's actually nothing to do. You can get up here, and it looks like there'll be things, but there aren't. You just have to take my word for it, there is absolutely nothing over there. What we actually want to do is cross over to this side, and then we kind of follow this edge round. Do I want to top down here? Yes, I do. Fuck it, let's grab this. Is this a gem? It's a gem. It's a power gem. Cool. Now what we want to do is, as I say, we can explore around the Great Ice Field a little bit. The storms have stopped, and confusingly, where are they? There are still Uke here, but they're not enemies anymore. Trying to swallow you whole like that was really uncalled for. Yeah, they're good guys now, apparently. It's a strange end to a generally rather strange chunk of the game, plot-wise. Really good gameplay. Solid gameplay in this section, but not the best when it comes to plot, really. Anyway, if we crack these chests open, it's nothing particularly useful, but there's 20 quid there, and if we go to this one, there's also another 20 quid. I am still going to be getting quite a lot of cash this episode. I don't entirely know why. As I previously discussed, oh, piss. Yeah, what I was going to say is, as I previously discussed, cash is pretty meaningless from this point on. Like, you get treasure parts and treasures and ship parts at quite a rate at this point, and you can just sell them for so much. And there's not actually a huge amount to spend on things, but hey, the game does keep giving you quite large amounts of cash. So there we go. I'm going to just talk to the Uke and see if any of them say anything useful. I don't think any of them do, though. Oh, my head hurts. It's like my brain was being controlled by some evil force. Now I'm back to normal. I feel pretty guilty. This is sort of awkward, but, sorry if I tried to eat you. So they were made to go evil? Very strange. Are you the one I've already talked to? We love the cold. It's one of the few adventures of being this hairy. I don't like that. I ate so many bombs. My stomach. Oh. So you know about Harrow Island, right? Yes, actually I do. You do? Oh, really? Boy, and I thought I had something new to tell you. And with that, I guess we're done with them. Let's head back to the 6 houses up in the top left of the Anuki Estates. So first off, over here in the top left, we can grapple over there. Sometimes, as you can see there, you have to do quite a lot of reaching in order to hit things with a grapple, but it's usually worth it. There's a gossip stone here. If we hit it, it says, do you know the old wayfarer who lives on Bannon Island? He buried something nice in front of his hut. Strange old men do strange old things. I don't know if he said strange old things, but I certainly did. Now let's head into the bottom right of this place, as in of the Anuki Estates. And once again, we can grapple over here, and there is somewhere extremely obvious to dig, which has more cash than you could possibly use. A big gold rupee, which is 300. Look at that. Let's head back into the main town. Now, up here over to the left, there's a chest that we can grapple over to, which is a wisdom gem. Nice. And then, weirdly, there's this odd little character. If we come over here and grapple up there, then there is an Anuki here. Ugh, keep your distance, guy. Yeah, I'm Nabodo. And yeah, I got no house. They call me No Abodo. Real clever. I got no abode. Go on, laugh at my frozen tears. Actually, you know what? I like being sad, but what do you care? You want something from me. That's why you're here. Here's a secret for you. Anuki with houses bury stuff in front of the signs outside their houses. We Anuki are tricky like that. What? Forget it. I'm not saying anymore. Yeah, it's another way of just getting cash, is there's always some buried in front of Anuki house signs. Like Actually, this is a shop, I think. But hey, let's demonstrate it anyway. Look at that, 20 quid. Because what we really need in this game is more cash. Try to work out my own bloody notes mean now. It says post wisdom. This is a post. Can't do anything with that. Post! As in the post box. I was looking for wooden posts. What an idiot. Well, I've kind of given away what we're going to get from here. There's a letter from the Aru of the Anuki, who only just escaped, and there's no way he could have got back here, posted a letter, and it got to us before we got here. Here's the scoop. You guy, Doctor, it's me, Aru the Anuki. You really took care of me the other day. I gotta say, I was touched. Thanks to you, I got my life back. Literally. My world would have stopped if you hadn't done what you did. I'm sending a small token of my appreciation. I found it at the dump. Maybe you can use it. The real Aru. And he gives us a wisdom gem as well. So many wisdom gems here. We are not that far away from starting to get 20s of things. Which is good, because we've actually only got one more dungeon to go. The final pure metal, so there we go. Not counting, of course, the Temple of the Ocean King. That's not a dungeon, it's a fucking war crime. Anyway, with that, we can go and talk to Linebeck. Look at you, kid! So you finally got the pure metal! Woohoo! This is no time to celebrate, as if all our troubles are over. I won't rest until we find those three pure metals, and we're off to sea! So with that, our first goal actually is Goron Island over here. I'm going to warp over there. Well, I'm going to warp kind of close to it, and then I'll sail from there, so I'll see you over there. This is actually handy again, because in my notes once again it says post, but at least now I know what that means. So this letter only activates when it has been at least 24 hours since you've completed the Goron Temple. I've done this over multiple recording sessions, but I tend to use the save states in this game to save and then realise that doesn't actually make the DS, in inverted commas, clock pass at all. So sometimes I do just have to actually close it off manually and wait a bit of time. Now, this is a letter from Goron of the Gorons. Listen up. My brother, Goro Doctor. How are you doing? I've decided to work part-time at an island in the southeastern sea. Stop by if you're in the area, brother. I will be the one rolled up in a ball and making a spectacle of myself. P.S. Enjoy the gift. Your brother, Gongaron. And he gives us a courage gem, and has given us a bit of a hint for something we're going to do during this episode. It wouldn't be this game if you didn't unlock some kind of horrific minigame by completing a temple, though this is probably one of the better ones. As in, it's not as fucking brutal as Salvatore's or the fucking archery game, to be honest. Anyway, we actually got some more business here. Do you remember, up the way a little bit, there was a Goron that was scared of some Pikachus on a rock, on a cliff. By Pikachus, I of course mean the electric choo-choos. This guy up there, we need to get up to him. But I've forgotten the way around, because I'm stupid. So from right on the edge here, we can actually just about... How do we do this? So from over here. Yeah, you can just look over. Weirdly, you can grapple onto rocks. Nothing in the game tells you can do this, and this is one of actually very few bits where it does come in. But there's a chest up there, which contains yet another courage gem. Hammering through the gems at the moment. Now we need to go, as Gongaron mentioned, there's a minigame that's unlocked. So we need to head over now to DS Island. Now here, we will see... Oh, where's he gone up to? I don't know where he is. But anyway, we've talked to this guy. Welcome to the game that's all the rage. Yes, it's the Goron game. So, want to take it for a spin? 50 rupees, brother. Thank you. Let me explain the simple rules of the Goron game. There are several targets scattered around the course, brother. Break all of them, the final path to the finish line will open. Think efficiently, think quickly, and most of all, think like a Goron and win. Did you get all that, brother? Now I'll introduce our daring sidekick in the Goron game. He'll be the one actually rolling around the course for you, so you do nothing here. Go for it, Gongaron. Yeah, brother! I am the one and only star of this island. My fans call me Gongaron, because it's your actual bloody name. What? Hold on, what are you doing here, Goro Doctor?
We were wondering the same thing.
No, we weren't. We saw a letter. I got a part-time job to help my dad make maintenance meats. I bet we'll be unstoppable. Try that again. I bet we'll be unstoppable with you drolling me around, Goro Doctor. The best time so far is 35 seconds, brother. Well then, let's go, Gongaron. So, this is the Goron game. Pay attention to the top screen and you'll kind of see what I'm doing. The trick with this is, as they say, it's all about efficiency. You want to make it through the course, which is pretty linear, and crucially, you do want to make sure you get all of these. They're not optional. If you don't get all of them, then you don't complete it. So a lot of it is just about learning the route through it and trying to not do stuff like that. But it is relatively forgiving. If I can get to the end with... let's see if I'm going to do that or not. Oh, bollocks, I missed that. So that, getting all the crystals opens up the door. And yeah, I'm aiming to beat 35 seconds. This final bit only takes a few seconds because it's just got a boost. So I should make it. Oh, look at that. That's actually quite good that I only just beat it, because I need to beat that record again in a second anyway. Time, 34 seconds, 40 milliseconds. A thrilling record, and you just set a new high. Those also aren't milliseconds, they're clearly centiseconds, because there's 100 of them. So please take away a special thrilling prize. Open one of the chests. So, no matter what you open here, you get the same thing. You get the bomb chew bag. We can now carry 30 bomb chews. So the first time you beat the 35, you always get a bomb chew bag, which is nice. Want to try for a new record, brother? It's exactly the same, so I just need to beat my time last time, and there were at least 2 bits where I fucked up on that, so it's good if you don't on the first one set like a really hard record, because then you actually, it's not just about getting under 35 again, you actually have to beat the record that you just set, so, oh, I cocked up there a bit. That sound you may have just heard is a cat jumping onto my lap. This is not the ideal time. Stop sniffing the screen. I legitimately cannot see the screen properly at the moment. I'm reaching around the side to see, but I'm going to beat my own time anyway. There we go. I'm going to take a photo of this for reference as well so you can see what I'm on about. See what I got to deal with? Nice work, Goron. Move, cat. Thank you. There we go. That's probably about as well as I can do. I can maybe get it as low as 30 seconds, but you just set a new high, so please take away a special thrilling prize. Now I'm going to show you something interesting here, which you can only do on the Wii U version because you need to abuse save states in order to do it. I'm going to create a restore point here. And if we crack open the chest... A Helmrock Bloom. No, thank you. A Dark Pearl Loop. Better. Still don't want that, though. Now we're talking the dignified ship parts. Certain parts of this game are truly deterministic, which means every time you reload the save state, you can redo it. If I didn't want the dignified ship here, I could re-roll this again until I get a ship part that I do want. It's really interesting, but there's a huge limitation to it. Well then, want to try for a new record, brother? No, I don't. So annoyingly with the Goron game, whilst it's relatively easy, getting under 35 seconds or beating a record again will not get you a ship part another time. You'll just get treasure from then on. You can only actually get one ship part from this, which is annoying. It's probably the easiest of the mini games in this, and it's the one that doesn't reliably give you ship parts, which is quite frustrating. We need to head over next to the Isle of Ember. Now, we want to immediately go north here. We'll be visiting a lot of places we actually haven't hugely been for a while, because there's grappled stuff everywhere, turns out. If we open up this, we got a courage gem. We are going to actually hammer through, as I say, the majority of the rest of the gems here, though we actually won't get all of them until after we have beaten the final dungeon. Not the final dungeon, the final pure metal. Can you guess what the final dungeon is? Hint, you have already explicitly been told in the game, we know exactly where Bellum is. But anyway, with that done, we need to head to Melida Island. That was an exceptionally drawn fire, if I do say so myself. Sometimes I'm amazed with what I actually accept as being the things that you draw, but that one was actually pretty good. Now here, our first goal is to head into the cave by Romanus' house. And then we basically jump all the way across these, except that at the end, then here, we can just grapple to a chest that we can only just see there. For a power gem, wonderful. Now we need to head back out. Oh no, we don't head back outside, we actually need to head... Really? We're still doing this? Can I just bonk him out of the way? Please move. Yeah, I don't give a shit about you, mate. Worth noting as well, among the various cases where you can re-roll a ship part, you can absolutely re-roll the ship part you get from doing Romanus' shooting gallery game. The problem with using that to... Stop that. The problem with using that to grind out ship parts is that it's really bloody hard. What you can do is score at least 1,700 points, or whatever the limit is, then set a restore point, and then re-roll the treasure he gives you every time. It's just... We'll get there in time. There are faster ways later on in the game, which we haven't quite got to get more parts to reroll, because that one is just actually getting to the point where you can reroll is difficult. Now, from up here, we got some weird business to do. What we actually need to do is we need to do a two-way grapple. We need to pull that barrel into that rock. That crashes the barrel over here, crucially delivering us a cuckoo, which we can use to jump between these islands. That's quite a tough one to spot, because if you can't grapple over to the barrel, and if you break it, it just spawns the cuckoo over there. But that gets us a treasure chart. Yet another one, which is beyond Bannon Island, and we can't get to that yet because we don't have access to the northeastern sea. But with that done, we grapple back over there, and we need to head for one final time. Well, actually, we need to head through to the top. So is this where the little secret hole is? Yeah, it is. So we need to head up next to the Temple of Courage. You might even be able to see on the map the little island we're going to be going to. As you can see, by the way, Grappling Hook is a perfectly acceptable offensive weapon against certain enemies. Ooh, there we go. We can just get it from here. And of course, up here is another gem. So many gems. And we're not even done yet. We are done on Melita Island, but we're going to head now south to Spirit Island. Because the angles I actually need to tightrope back from here, because if you grapple over to this, you just fall off it. So let's head south to Spirit Island. We're not going to actually trade in any gems, but we have got some business there. So rather than going where we normally go on Spirit Island, we can actually go over here now, with a little grapple way that's kind of opened up. We're under immediate Octorok fire, of course. But you can actually take them out quite easily with the Grappling Hook. Where possible, I actually tend to do that just because the Grappling Hook, unlike the bow and arrow, actually has unlimited ammo, so you would be a fool to not use it. Here, I'm going to go and fight these ones bodily. Like. What can I do with you? Oh, you can hit it with the... Oh, there's a new enemy up there, so that up to the top is a rupee-like. Can you guess what differentiates it from a normal like? Hint. It's to do with when it catches you, but it's dead anyway. So we'll never know, I suppose. There's another regular like here, which we'll just kill quickly. Oh, and another rupee-like. There you go, it's squeezing some cash out of me. Fun fact, they can also steal your shield as well, which is how you lose your shield. You can buy a new one at Goron Island. And then, yeah, that tiny little bit of exploration gets us a power gem. Wonderful. Now, we need to head north of here now to kind of the northwestern quadrant. North-left quadrant. And we are going to warp to the N frog there. What? How? Oh, yeah, because it's a backwards N. That was just a regular N. Now you're making me doubt myself, frog. There we go. And immediately right here, our goal is Bannon Island, but actually there's a bit of salvage to do here. And I'm going to teach you something important here. Oh, it's this obnoxious one with the currents. I think there's about 10 patterns of these, maybe less, because I'm definitely at the point where we're definitely seeing repeats quite a lot now. And this one is the worst one. Actually, no, there's a worse one which then has currents which swip from one side to the other side. At least this only has currents going one way. And at least consistent. Anyway, once we're free and clear here, I'm going to create a restore point. So, that salvage contains the Tropical Prow ship part. I actually do kind of want that, but don't mark it off the visualizer yet, Doctor. If I reload the restore point, then this time when we open the chest we get... What? I tested this so thoroughly. I did this. I did a restore point right before we opened the thing. I did the restore point after we opened, after we did it. I restored point and did the entire salvage again, and I got the same thing every time. I did 5 different tests. I got the fucking mermaid prow every time. Now this works. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining, because it turns out you can reroll these. I really thought you couldn't. So that's cool. I'm going to reroll every single one that's a ship part from now on. Because we've got the golden prow. That's the 3rd golden part. That's genuinely really cool. We're actually almost at the point where we can start getting 4 of a kind of golden parts, which is great. I think we're just only missing the bright ship we've actually still got no parts of, but there we go. Yeah, I was under the impression that what was in that. So what's in those is definitely fixed. Like, it's always either a ship part or Sandoval. So one that gives Sandovals will always give Sandovals. One that gives a ship part will always give a ship part. But I also thought the ship part they gave was locked in for each save file. But apparently that one isn't. Apparently you can re-roll them like that. Wild. Normally I'm like, I should practice these things more. But there, I fucking tested that exceptionally. I mean, it's good that I'm wrong in a way that benefits me rather than the other way around. So, frankly, whenever I'm getting a ship part from there now, I'm going to re-roll them because it basically means that now whenever we're getting a ship part, we can at least ensure it's a new ship part, which gives me a pretty good chance of getting a lot of... No, I want to dig in front of it. Like that Gossip Stone told me to. Yeah, that gives me a pretty good chance of actually finding all of them without having to do too much grinding now. Anyway, got a treasure map there, which is back annoyingly where we just were, but there we go. What we did a couple of episodes was catch the Neptuna, so we'll show that off to the old wayfarer. Ah, young man, show me what you hauled in. Where is it? Let's see it. This is the legendary fish, Neptuna. It's the first time I've gazed into its mighty eyes. How am I holding like a, what did it say, it was 17 foot or something like that? I've just dragged it into this man's cabin and been like, look. Horrifying. For you to have caught the living embodiments of the romance of the sea. Young man, you have the most adventurous heart, for truly seizing the spirit of wayfaring adventure. A gift. And we get a whole heart container for it, which is pretty nice. I say that as if there is the idea of a piece of heart in this game. There isn't. Our mutual passion for the wayfaring life bonds us as brothers. Bravo, young man. You followed your hearts. You are truly the legendary romantic. Wonderful. With that, we need to go onto the other side, where kind of Salvatore's game is. And over here, there's a peg that way, which tells us there's a peg over there. Once again, I believe, because of the angles, you do have to actually tightrope over to it. But we've got 2 chests here, the first of which contains 100 quid, because we haven't got enough cash. And the second one contains a courage gem. Wonderful. But we're not actually even done here. There's, if you look on the top screen, you'll see there is a second island up here, which we can only get to by... We can only get to with the catapult maneuver. Look at the stone tablet on the left. Look at the stone tablet on the right. Look at the stone tablet on the left. Maybe it means this one then. Look at the stone tablet to the side. If you look closely, something is scribbled here in very small letters. I buried a little something nice between the 2 treasure chests. Yeah, that's a weird little one there. Basically, after you've talked to 3 of them, whichever one is the third one you speak to always has the little buried thing on it. The little hints. But hey, we get another treasure map there, which is pretty cool. We'll be going back to that next episode, because that's near Harrow Island, and we do need to revisit Harrow Island at some points. No, not next episode, once we've got the next sea chart, so after the next Temple of the Ocean King. Of course, there's more. Final stop-off for this episode, well, final island stop-off, is we need to go south of here to the Uncharted Island, where we met Silos, the Golden Chief, and he gave us the Frog Slate. Cyclone Slate it's called, not the Frog Slate, but there we go. I will see you there. Oh, there's also a chest down here. I actually can't remember what's in this one. Power gem, there we go. Because I'd kind of forgotten about that one somehow. So on this little whale island, we need to head into the central cave. And over here, we can get onto this side here. I think I needed... Oh, just managed to land that there. For a courage gem. We must have a lot of gems at the moment. I say we must. You can see exactly how many we've got. 16, 16, 15. Pretty sweet. Our final point is now to warp back over to the Fire Frog, where there is a little bit of salvage to do. Where I'm going to test out now whether this fucking re-rolling thing works again. Maybe only certain ones can be re-rolled. As I say, I got the Mermaid Prow 5 fucking times in a row. Maybe that was just random. Maybe I just did it badly. But it was interesting that that one I pulled up there gave me, first, a prow I didn't have from a set that I haven't seen a huge deal of, and then gave me a golden one. I wonder if some are set to, like, a rare treasure, whereas some are set, like, a rare ship part, whereas some are set to a common ship part, and only the rare ones can be re-rolled? I don't know. Let's do some testing again, apparently. Right, final little bit of salvage here. Also, who wants to know an absurd fact about the development of this game? The 2 first things to be designed for this game were Bellum, the kind of main antagonist, and the Octomines. And they were designed to basically be the same thing. These were going to be like projections of Bellum. It's really odd. And their design has survived because, like, I think throughout development, Bellum was referred to as the Grand Octo, which is why he kind of looks a little bit squiddy from what we've seen of him in the Ocean King's flashbacks. Anyway, let's see what we get in this one. This one is a ship part, so let's see if we can re-roll it into something useful. Or maybe it'll just be something I need anyway, which will be good, but provide no data. So, I'm torn, really. It's the insect wheel, which we already have. Cool. Let's get some data. It's the shell wheel, which I believe we also already have, but we are re-rolling successfully. Maybe this one's set to be... Maybe it's always a ship part you've already got? I don't know. Have I already got the shell wheel? I'll be embarrassing if I haven't. Yes, I have. The rock wheel, I believe we actually haven't got. We've got almost all of the stone set now. He said, consulting his notes. There we go. Yes, we have. No, we haven't already got that good. I don't always have my list of parts I've got up while I'm recording. It's just I have to have it up now, obviously, because I want to re-roll into something useful for us. Cool. Re-rolling on these works. I just by chance must have just rolled something I'd already got, the same thing, 5 times in a row with my testing. Wild. Well, this is what experimentation is for. Cool. With that, I think we will hold it there. Next episode, we've kind of done everything we can on this surface for now, so next episode we are, of course, going to be going back to the Temple of the Ocean King, and we're going to be going very deep into it this time. And I'm going to spend the whole episode there. I have no idea how long it's going to take, but we're going to end tomorrow's episode? We're going to end next episode once we have got to the bottom of the Temple of the Ocean King and got our final sea chart. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.